When it comes to these large creators cutting corners to make themselves appear better than they are, they will always have telltale signs. It's something that we have made multiple videos of in the past, showing you guys how to actually spot these telltale signs. I'm going to show you guys a clip of Aydan and we'll play it right through, and I want you guys to see if you can spot these telltale signs that happen in this moment.
I'm trying to unmark it. He doesn't see me.
So he knows where this enemy is, but we're just going to watch it through now so you guys can try and spot the telltale signs.
You got enough fucking cells, dude?
Okay, so did any of you guys spot exactly what I'm on about? We are talking about Aimbot here. That guy was clearly visible and he had a live ping on that enemy as well. So he knew the guy was there, he downed him and he made the push closer to try and get the finish, which was a little bit strange, but he did it anyway. There was something in there that indicates Aimbot locking onto the enemy. Now, this is something that has been a talking topic for some time. People seem to think that you can't get Aimbot with throwing knives, grenades, frags, thermites or anything like that, but you can. It doesn't matter whether or not it is a bullet, a knife or a throwable of any sort. You don't have to actually shoot at an enemy or throw anything at an enemy for you to be able to lock on, especially if you are toggling aimbot with a foot pedal or a keybind or something keybound to your mouse. So this is definitely something people need to understand. If you are doing throwing knives and you want to look good getting these throwing knife kills or finishing enemies every time with a throwing knife, then you will definitely have these telltale signs. The way in which the throwing knife crosshair repositioned itself in that clip is a very big telltale sign that somebody is using aimbot. Let's go back and take a look at it now in slow motion and zoomed in. So at this point, Aydan has already had visuals on this enemy. You can see it's all in slow motion now. This is running at 0.25 speed. But the main focus for us is the throwing knife that Aydan attempts to throw but doesn't. So the question is as well, why would he back out of throwing that knife? We're going to pay close attention to it now. As he gets closer, you will see the crosshair in the middle of the screen change to that of a throwing knife. When this happens, his aim locks onto the enemy. It is painfully obvious to see when you slow these clips down. The way in which his crosshair changed indicates that he had pressed another button to potentially toggle his aimbot, but in doing so, it could well have activated the throwing knife. He didn't even throw the knife, but when that changed the crosshair from a normal gun crosshair in the middle of the screen to the throwing knife crosshair, his aim locked onto the enemy and stuck on the enemy until he disabled the throwing knife and decided to go back to shooting the enemy. This could be something that's set up specifically to toggle aimbot when he's throwing things at enemies so that he can get them easy finishes with throwing knives, but it could also be something set up on a foot pedal allowing him to toggle at any opportunity he feels necessary. Unsure why he felt that was a necessary situation due to the fact he'd already downed the guy twice with the weapon that he had and didn't really need to lock onto anything, but that right there was a high indication of Aydan using aimbot, and it's not the first time we've seen it either. I actually put out a video recently on Aydan with some footage about him in a 1v4 situation, and he had the exact same thing happen when it came to his throwing knife. Let's go and take a look at that now. So this is the video we posted on Aydan about him potentially using Aimbot in Warzone 2. And now with what the new information is showing us with that throwing knife clip, I am leaning more towards the fact that Aydan has decided to start using Aimbot cheats in Call of Duty Warzone 2. But I want to show you the moment now in this clip where the same thing seems to occur with the throwing knife.
You got it. Come in inside.
Yeah, I'll get you in.
So during this 1v4 situation, this is the moment now. Slow down. You can clearly see
it's not something
when it changes here
about Aydan in the past, really. Maybe once or twice we've noticed moments.
So when those moments occur and you see something snappy in the aim, it doesn't matter whether you've changed from weapon to throwing knife. If your crosshair snaps to an enemy like that, you've got something running in the background to assist you with your aim. These are not natural built-in mechanics of the game. Your aim should be fluid. You should be able to recorrect at any point. There should be no way, shape or form a snap from you being aimed at one position to another. And it looked like Aydan decided to toggle his aimbot on as he went to throw the throwing knife there, and the aim snaps as the crosshair changes. It is definitely a pattern starting to emerge. I wonder how many other clips of Aydan doing this there are out there. And again guys, it's not the first time we've seen Aydan in Warzone 2 with this weird aim behaviour. This guy is now screaming out to me, listen, I'm using aimbot, expose me. Well, that's what I'm here to do. I honestly believe at this point that Aydan is using aimbot to assist his aim in Call of Duty Warzone 2. Now we've seen two moments here of aimbot occurring during a throwing knife situation, but what about if I was to tell you we've already done a video in the past showing a moment of Aydan's aim snapping directly onto an enemy at quite a far distance, and it seems so unnatural that even people in the comments of the video we made were saying, actually, you know what, you might be right. So what we're doing here is building a case. So we're going to show you that moment now of Aydan's aim snapping and locking onto an enemy in the distance. This is the video we put out on Aydan. It's called Aydan cheating in $100,000 Warzone 2 tournament, right? The next bit we're about to see in this video is the moment I'm on about where his aim snaps and locks onto an enemy in the distance. Let's pay attention to it now. Snap. Obviously it's an edit, but what was that? Obviously it's an edit, but what was that? Usually it's an edit. That right there is very unnatural aim, wouldn't you say? This is not in any way a natural correction for a controller player. His aim snapped and locked onto the enemy, stopped dead perfectly on the enemy, and then he starts to shoot. This is definitely something that screams out to me aimbot is in use. So we now have two moments of Aydan's aim snapping to the enemies whilst trying to use a throwing knife, and we've also got one prime example here of Aydan's aim snapping to the enemy with a gun in the distance. This definitely seems like Aydan has decided that he is sick and tired of this game and he's just going to cheat his way through it. It honestly wouldn't be a surprise to me. I think that Aydan has had suspicious moments in the past of wall hacks, and now looking more deeper into his gameplay in Warzone 2, it appears that he's been up to no good with aimbot in this game. But I want to know what you guys think about Aydan in Warzone 2. This is somebody who has been very public about the fact they do not like this game. He's been extremely public about the fact he doesn't feel this game has got a long lifespan. So would he feel the need to turn on those cheats to have a little bit more enjoyment in the game? The chances are he's probably been doing it from the very beginning of Warzone 1, if not before that. We've already exposed him for being banned on Fortnite. We've already exposed him for being shadow banned on Warzone 1. The fact is though, there is a whitelist and these guys are protected. It's been shown by the fact that Activision and the likes decided to block me for speaking out on the matter. Aydan right here is doing things in the game that cannot be done. And if you guys have any other clips of Aydan with these unnatural snaps that could add to the pile of proof against him, you can send them over to me on Twitter at BadBoy Beaman, or join our Discord server. It's linked in the description below. Open a ticket in there and we can have a discussion about what you've got. If you did enjoy today's video guys, smash that thumbs up. If you are new to the channel, subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our future uploads. Until next time, I'll catch you on the flip side. Peace!